I'd like to now share with you the kind of opportunities we see as Voice of Big Data in the area of city development. Now let me just set the context. Now today we know that India is rapidly urbanizing, and the government of India has aspirations to make our cities sustainable and smart. And towards that goal, they have announced 70 smart cities to be built recently. I'm sure you're following the progress on that. If we have to understand the smart grid business, typically around the world there's a lot of learning. One is the grid builders, like the engineering giants like Alstom, GE, ABB and Schneider. They built the infrastructure, and people like you and me as end consumers buy the smart meters. But what the world has discovered is, by merely giving a smart meter to a consumer, he is not reducing his consumption of either electricity or water. What made a world of difference is that when they were presented with the contextual data around their usage, then the consumption started coming down. This data that we're talking about is enormous, really huge. And this is what needs to be analyzed, and this is where our competence lies. Crunching huge amount of data that comes in a variety of forms. We can also see an opportunity in the area of smart water supply. For instance, water meters are being bought now. If you look at our Indian terrain again, Delhi Jal Board has, I think, asked for something like 3 lakh water meters. I see the very same phenomenon happening, where a lot of analytics is needed to reduce consumption. So that's our opportunity. The second opportunity that we see here in the area of smart cities is transportation analytics. Transportation analytics is one great area for us, a great opportunity. Today in India, for the first time ever, we have started understanding what it means to actually integrate transportation and land use planning. We started doing it in India. Then we started also articulating the objective to create what we call as the transit-oriented development. And thanks to Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission, we started talking about moving people and not moving cars. So obviously public transportation has assumed a lot of importance, and public transportation, not just one mode but multimodal public transportation. And today we are talking about integrated transportation, multimodal, integrated, intelligent transportation. So what does it mean? It means that we eventually are going to use a lot of car sensors, we're going to use cameras, we're going to use GPS devices, and a whole host of gadgets that will give a huge amount of information. It will keep throwing up information that transport authorities have to crunch, and then they utilize that to remove the gridlocked situation for us or even prevent accidents. So transportation analytics is another area for us. The third area, which according to me is exciting for us, is this area called crime analytics. Friends, crime analytics is a phenomenal area, and all of us know that cities are hubs of entrepreneurship and innovation, but paradoxically cities are also victims of terrorism and crime. And what the world is experiencing today is they are attempting to do what we call as predictive analytics in crime prevention. So they're trying to gather a lot of data and crunch the data, give it to the intelligence authorities, just so that they could prevent crimes. And predictive policing is also happening. In this area, there's two exciting things. One is what Srini Kishan talked about. It is a product, the facial signature that can actually help detect criminals. The second one is we've had a fantastic experience of having processed 2 billion call data records for a Department of Intelligence. And this perhaps gives us an added advantage that in future we will land similar projects.